First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why y'all think Porsha Williams is coming back? First of all, Porsha trained her replacement, which is Drew, right? Remember I said Porsha lacks discernment? Listen, LaToya was supposed to be baby Kenya because the execs wanted to scale down younger, and Drew was supposed to be baby Porsha, right? Porsha thought she had things all figured out. She was marrying a billionaire. She could bounce. She ain't have to worry about it. But guess what, right? You literally trained your replacement. Kenya, who might be a lot of things, but maybe she got discernment, figured out LaToya was her replacement and kind of shuffled her on out of there in the way that only Kenya Moore could do. But even if she didn't just train her replacement and be dumb enough to walk away from all of her bags so she could literally play sugar mama to a granddaddy. Oh, y'all don't remember? Let me pull out the block when she was literally, when she first got with Simon, flexing in private planes that she ain't know she was rented, flexing in villas that she ain't know he didn't own, right? Talking about some YOLO, oh my God, I'm quitting to be a mom, even though we only see PJ on your timeline once every month, right? 3 times if you got an Amazon Live to do. But back then when she was gallivanting with Simon, she couldn't actually really show that real life. So even though she was hiding in the shadows, she couldn't come out and actually ask people around and see what was going on, right? And she was too busy gloating over the fact that she stole Fallon's man to actually even fact check with the woman that was leaving a 400, 500 worth man that said he was good to her and only had love in his heart. That's what you get when you try to rob a bank without actually finding out if there's monopoly money in there. You know what I'm saying? She thought she was getting a bag, but again, like I said, it's a Crown Royal bag with some old pennies. Now peep this, because I'm going somewhere. Every year, y'all think that Porsha's the favorite, and she might be, but every year producers, my sources are telling me, would sit down with her and be like, yo, what you got going on with your life? What's your storyline? Say what you want about Kenya. Say what you want about Candy. Say what you want about Cynthia. Say what you want about almost every cast member on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And yes, they need to bring Claudia Jordan back, right? Everybody had stuff going on in their life. However, every year, this is why people said Porsha was fake. Every year she came with a new scheme. Because outside of filming, Porsha never had anything going on in her life. Yes, she posted on Instagram, but every year the producers would sit down and be like, really, what's your next scheme, right? Sometimes the schemes work, sometimes they didn't. Projection, be thy name. Every year she was projecting on on Kenya about, oh, you just got a man for the season. That was Porsha every goddamn year. Oh, every year you got something else to do. That was Porsha every year. I dare y'all to tell me a season that Porsha had the same man. And I'm not shading her for dating other men, but my whole thing is the only time she pulled the man is when it was for a storyline. Now, she finally thought that she hit jackpot with this billionaire, right? Because she don't know, right? She thought going to Ecuador and Guatemala was living the high life, right? First time Porsha probably got her passport stamped outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So when she was on the Ricky Smiley show, gloating and bragging, and they're like, girl, when you get married? Oh, we're having 3 weddings, right? One at the property in Nigeria, one in the property in Atlanta, and also one in our many overseas properties. I remember that gloat and that smile because I screamed and laughed out loud saying, poor Tink Tink, she don't know, right? She left the Ricky Smiley show because, one, she ain't need it. Why wake up early at 4 or 5 in the morning to go do radio to give exposure? And then again, radio don't pay that well, but it's great for exposure, right? Why work to get that bag when you literally got somebody that in a second can give you everything you made in a year? Or that's what she thought. When it came to Housewives, Porsha was so afraid she would be ripped apart and dissected on Housewives. And you saw that season, the way she was acting like she was above it. Because, baby, she had arrived. She had married the Nigerian Jeff Bezos. Now, follow me on this. I'm going somewhere. She figured, why am I doing all this ripping and running on Housewives when really I can just retire? Because he was talking some good mess in their ear. At this point, she ain't know that almost everything he owns is rented, right? The only thing that's real are maybe those cars, right? And peep those Florida license plates. And maybe they can sleep in the cars, maybe. And she's a glorified roommate, so when it's time to put her out of that mansion, she is gone. The point is the networks were at a crux where they said, listen, the show ain't bringing the ratings and we are paying the cast too much. Let's see if we can do a refresh, get new blood in here, skew to a younger demographic. And even if we pay them less and the ratings are less, we'll still make more than all these OGs and these dismal ratings. Not even that. Porsha walked out of scenes, she started fights, she was liability, and she was always making fake storylines. Again, right? So in what must have been one of the biggest mistakes of her life outside of trying to steal a broke 70-year-old from someone that was trying to get rid of him, right? She stepped away from all her bags. What does she have now, right? She's doing SoFi commercial, and not even commercials. She got sponsored to go to the Super Bowl once. What else is she doing with SoFi and making a commercial? They're sponsoring TikTokers too. They don't know. They just said, hey, can I get a black person that's in reality TV? All right, bet. Housewives, Candy can't do it. Okay, we'll take her. So, and I'm not, listen, second of all, she realizes Simon don't got the money that he says he does, at least I think. Third of all, she stepped away from all her bags. Her fatal mistake in Real Housewives of 14 stepping back. My sources are saying she might have been invited back for another season if the cast hadn't gelled. But even if they had, she does have some fans. Let's bring her back. Except for the way she showed her butt with Porsha Family Matters. She bought the same mess from Housewives, she brought it to her show, only she re-upped it. Still fake storylines, still tampering for production, still walking out of scenes, all the things that really just grind at Bravo's gears. But on top of that, what does she do for show? Still being violent. But the final nail in the coffin, my sources are telling me, is the fact that she refused to promote the show. She literally told people, don't watch the show, because at the end of the day, she was mad that Bravo finally showed her for who she was. And she didn't have a Kenya to blame, she didn't have a Candy to blame, and she didn't have a Nene to blame. Y'all, listen, my sources are telling me Bravo is saying hell no if we will ever, because at this point, we don't need you. We don't need you. And again, Porsha, we'll see this season, is not the draw she thinks she is on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives is an ensemble. And if the ensemble works, great. But as they prove with even Nene coming and going, Kenya coming and going, one person cannot make or break that show. Now, when that one person is difficult, doesn't want to work, fake storylines, starts fights, is violent, and on top of that, literally tells people that Bravo is trash and makes up things. I mean, we all know that they do, but you can't be doing that with your work. Y'all want to talk about what Wendy Williams can or cannot do. Porsha broke every golden rule, and all for some 70-year-old with questionable finances. Cut to Cynthia Bailey, right? Cut to Cynthia Bailey, cut to Candy, cut to Ava. If only they could bring back Claudia Jordan, we would be on TV. Listen, y'all didn't believe me when I told y'all, but they are saying that there is a gap that may need to be filled, and Cynthia is the one they are looking to film it. Now, in the past, Cynthia 100% said that she feels that while Real Housewives of Atlanta did not cause her and Peter to divorce, it was definitely one of the contributing factors, because when relationships are new or when they are being tested, it's not the time for reality TV. I understand that when Real Housewives of Atlanta bumped Cynthia down to friend of a housewife, when they bumped her down to friend of a housewife, she looked at it and said, I'm just starting this new relationship. It might put too much stress on it. Things are really new. I want to enjoy my first year as a married woman. To me, it does not seem worth it for a friend of the housewives to jeopardize this new relationship or put added stress when we're trying to build. And you know what? I'm not mad at Cynthia. It makes perfect sense. However, there's one thing that's going on. I told y'all last week, y'all said I was making up stuff. Candy said it. Andy said it. Now, Bravo TV on their official site has put up the fact that Eva, Candy, and Cynthia and Kenya, Eva and Candy are planning to do a sit down between Kenya and Cynthia to mend the relationship, and Bravo cameras will be there. This is officially on BravoTV.com, so you know it's real. I reported this a week or two ago. But again, now why would Bravo want to bring Cynthia back? Because listen, as much as y'all think Porsha is the fan favorite, Porsha's show actually proved, and it says she does have a lot of fans, but a lot of those fans only watch the clips of Real Housewives. They don't actually watch it. They only watch the clips, and the clips are great for promotion, but they don't put any advertising dollars into Bravo. Cynthia is a fan favorite. People watch her. The show, people actually support her. Also, Cynthia is a stabilizing force as opposed to destabilizing. Cynthia added to any cast is not going to destabilize and make everything go to hell, scheme against producers, do all this stuff. But do you know who is? Porsha Williams. Cynthia is a company player. She is a team player, right? Cynthia, if they need a stabilizing force, everybody wants her back, and Bravo thinks she'll be the perfect glue to hold together. Last thing that nobody's actually considering, and this is something that my sources are telling me, they're rumors, but I need to tell you. There are rumors that Kandi will be fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. That is not true. If Kandi leaves, Kandi will leave on her own accord. But let's talk about Kandi's own accord. Right now, Kandi has her standalone show, right? My sources are saying, even though ratings started off slow, we are in a war. It is a standalone show. Networks are putting a lot of money. They still think it's going to be a winner. They're standing behind it. Yes, she could have gotten more ratings by actually attaching her name to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they're thinking syndication. They're thinking sponsorship. And Bravo would rather take the hit early and get people acclimated to it as a standalone show than attach themselves to RHOA and all the nonsense that comes with it. However, Bravo is also looking at a spinoff with Escape, just kicking it. They're seriously considering it. Kandi has a bunch of businesses open up. It looks like her steakhouse might be expanding, and she has these amazing opportunities actually working out in the industry with acting, with hosting, and whatnot. I hear big things are coming up for Kandi. Now, Kandi's schedule is already too full. If any of these things, additional projects actually pick up, and it looks like it might, right? Kandi will step away from RHOA in order to pursue these other opportunities, these other major opportunities with Bravo. My sources are saying she might actually even come on as an executive assistant, either with Truly Original or Bravo. Now, if this happens, the producers don't want to be scrambling for another seventh housewife. They don't. They would like somebody already in place that the fans love and that they're used to looking at. So if a housewife exits, it won't be too destabilizing to the show. Aha! Do you see why Cynthia's looking better and better? Do you see why now they want to bring Cynthia back into the fold as a plan A and a plan B? Do you see how everything is working together? Y'all, my sources are out there. I'm digging for more, but I'm glad I could actually bring you what's actually going on in Real Housewives of Atlanta, according to my sources, right? And I'm not saying I'm already right, and I'm not saying I'm always right, and I'm not saying I don't get things wrong, but baby, not today, because everything I predicted has come true. And name one, not nan thing that I predicted before everybody else that said it was coming out that didn't come true. All right, my little tattles, let me know what you think. Y'all think that this is going to be a good thing? Y'all looking forward to Cynthia being in? You looking forward to Kandi expanding? And how y'all think Porsha feel about, she messed up her own bag.